Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, and on today's video we're going to talk about a fragrance that one of you guys actually requested for me to do a review on. I have had this in my collection. Well, technically I purchased this and gave it to my mom, but it is a fragrance that I've had for quite a long time. I think it was the first fragrance I actually bought with my own money from working for my mom. So it's a very special fragrance, and we'll get into it to see the good, the bad, and the bottom line. So as you have seen from the title, we have Yellow Diamond in the house. This is a Versace fragrance, and yeah, this is the bottle, so I don't know what you guys actually think about it. It is quite interesting. I mean, there's nothing else like this on the market. It's supposed to resemble a diamond at the top. We do see this in bright crystal, and I think a crystal noir as well actually has this lid on it as well. So it's quite clunky. It's just plastic. It's nothing really special. You do get the Medusa head here at the top. And yeah, it's supposed to, like I said, look like one of those kaleidoscope type crystals on it. And then you have your bottle, which is cut like a diamond. It's kind of supposed to, I think, reminisce of like a Chanel cut bottle. Very nice. I mean, the bottle itself is very sturdy. It's not going to be the most, resilient when it comes to dropping, just so you do know, because I remember working in fragrance for Dior, and obviously when you work in a department store or you work with department stores, you get to work with all kinds of vendors, and I worked with a Versace one, and that vendor had dropped multiple bottles of bright crystal and they just shattered into a million pieces. And that's mainly due to the fact that they are a very thin glass. So yeah, it's kind of cute, if you like that kind of thing, that sort of thing, where it looks like a diamond, then I can certainly see where you would like this fragrance bottle. To me, it's nothing super special. Yeah, it's just a little square bottle with a little crystal up top. But this is Yellow Diamond, and it came out in 2011. And backstory behind this really quickly before we get into the notes and, if it's good, if it's bad, how it wears, all that good stuff, how it smells. This fragrance, I remember I had just started working my first job, I remember, and Christmas was coming up, and I went to the department store, and I was always a little picky kid, okay? So I was like 16, 17-ish, and I remember going into the store, buying my mom a Christmas gift, and I was like, I know what I want and what I want to convey out of a fragrance. So I spent like an hour or two in the department store smelling one after another, one after another. I've never been the type of person where the fragrances start to smell the same after testing so many out. And I ran across this one and I was just mesmerized with the scent. The scent itself was very unique, very different to everything else in the department store at the time. And I was like, this is it. It's nice, it's sexy, it's luminous, it's bright, it's happy, but it has character, it has dimension, it has, a very nice rooting system that really grounds you onto the floor. It's very over the top and refined. And yeah, I found it to be very, different at the time. And I still think that this fragrance is a very nice scent to purchase. The notes for this fragrance at the top are going to be pear sorbet. We're also going to get neroli, lemon, and bergamot. So it starts off with a very zesty, citricy type of element. It pops. This fragrance just pops at the top. It's very sexy and bright and citrusy, but it's not sharp. It's not going to be a citrusy where it's not a bitter orange. It's not going to be a bitter lemon or a bitter bergamot. They're kind of sweet-ish type of citric notes, if that makes any sense, and they sparkle and kind of give you that fizzy vibe up top. It's very luminous. It's very bright. It like carries light whenever you first spray this fragrance. You can instantly smell like happiness out of a bottle. I know that's a little cheesy, but it does give you that type of vibe. And then in the heart notes, we're going to get orange blossom, water lily, freesia, and mimosa. So we get a floral heart in this fragrance. But if you notice, they're all florals that are going to be very light. They're going to be very airy. They're going to be very whimsical. And that's a very nice thing about this fragrance because we get those very sharp citric notes up top, those very light, whimsical type of floral notes in the heart. And then in the base, we're going to get Palo Santo, amberwood, and musk. So the musk in here is the star of the show. It carries a fragrance from beginning to end. We also get that amberwood in here, which is just going to ground the fragrance a tad bit. And the Palo Santo is giving you that woody element, but without, being a burnt Palo Santo. If you know what Palo Santo is, you usually burn it for like ceremonial purposes or, to kind of cleanse an area. But if you actually smell it without burning it, it has a very unique, nicer scent than it being burnt, in my opinion. And this is what we're getting in this fragrance. We're not getting a burnt Palo Santo. It's just a very nice fragrance overall. It's a very nice fragrance. It's a very unique fragrance as well because when you're talking about the notes that are in this fragrance, which is neroli, these citric notes, it's a very well balanced fragrance because, like I said, it has those very generic type of citricy notes up top. We also get those floral notes. We get the typical, base with the woody element in it, but it's so nicely done. It's really well refined. It's really well blended as well. And the floral in this fragrance actually gives it a little bit of a soft edge when it comes to those citric notes. Like I said, they're a little bit sweeter citric notes. They're sparkly, they're fizzy, but then the floral notes in this fragrance really kind of blend them together to give them that seamless edge. So they're not sharp in contrast, but they're still sparkly, they're still fizzy, and they're very refined and elegant. And I really like this scent. If you are a fan of citricy fragrances, but you're like, they all smell the same, they kind of have that aquatic feel, or they kind of smell like you're just squeezing a lemon, and this is the one for you because it's going to be different. It's going to have a new element of surprise to it. I know that this fragrance has been around for a while. They have, I think, an intense version of this one, and they're not super expensive. This is a fragrance that I've actually caught at TJ Maxx and Marshall's. The price for this fragrance, if you get a 1 ounce, is going to be 70 US dollars, which is 30 mils. If you decide to go for the 50 ml or 1.7 ounce bottle, the price is going to cost you 92 US dollars. And if we decide to go for the size that I have here, which is a 3 ounce or 90 ml size bottle, it is going to run you 110 US dollars. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have seen this fragrance in 5 ounce bottles. And yeah, that would probably be the best deal to get because you get quite a bit of juice. You can wear it as much as you want. And surprisingly, this fragrance is actually long wearing. So you can put this fragrance on and really get that nice, citricy element. It's a very beautiful fragrance for the spring and summer. It can work in the fall and winter months, maybe more in the fall than in the winter. But I do love this scent. I think it's very sexy. It's very vibrant. It's very happy. It's very airy. If you're looking for a fragrance that's going to give you a pick me up and really, give you that happiness in a bottle once you spray it, then definitely I would say to check out Yellow Diamond by Versace. Now, I do have one here. This is from their Atelier de Versace collection, and it's called Cedra de Diamante. If you like this fragrance here, Yellow Diamond, but you're looking for a less florally alternative, then Cedra de Diamante is it's almost identical, you guys. I mean, this is more expensive. I think this is 330 US dollars for this fragrance here, and it's 100 mils. And this one here, like I said, 90 mils is going to run you 110. So you're talking about $220 more for this one. It's going to have less floral elements to it. It's going to be a little bit sharper of a citric fragrance, but really in retrospect, they're actually identical to me, at least to my nose. I smell quite a bit of fragrances, and to me, they smell pretty much the same. This one has a little bit more floral of a touch to it. And actually, if you ask me, I think this one can work for men and women. This one itself obviously can because it's designed to be a unisex fragrance, but this one is going to be a little bit better blended. In my opinion, they took a lot more of time with this one than they did with Cedra de Diamante. I think that they just kind of replicated the success of Yellow Diamond into this one and said, let's tweak it a little bit and add a higher price point. And I hate to say that because I do like Versace's fragrances, at least their Atelier de Versace collection. But if you're asking me, this one itself smells pretty much the same thing as this one, and I actually prefer the more economical version, which is Yellow Diamond. Well, there you go. What do you guys think of Yellow Diamond by Versace? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you prefer bright crystal? Do you prefer crystal noir? I think that's what it's called. Let me know all of that down in the comments. Also, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more fragrance-related content. By the way, really quick update on the giveaway. I will announce that next Saturday whenever I do that video as to who the winner is of the fragrance. If you haven't entered the giveaway, make sure to go to the Christian Louboutin video and comment what your favorite fragrance of 2023 was and your least favorite fragrance of 2023 was for a chance to win a brand new fragrance. I really want everyone to get the absolute possibility to win a fragrance. I mean, why not? It's free. So make sure to go over to that video to enter for a chance to win. Until next time, you guys, take care.